Right then, so I just want to show you, I've got a Husqvarna t540xp X-Torque auto-tune in. Won't run for toffee. I just wanted to show you what it could be. So let's see if we can get it to start. I'll show you what might be the problem. See how show you how it runs. If it's even going to run at all. If your T540 is being like that, struggling to idle, struggling to start, you want to undo the 4 bolts on the recoil. You want to take the recoil off. You want to lift this boot out. Under that boot, you'll see there's a brass nipple. I don't know what I'm showing you here, I can't really see myself. Take your forceps, grab the black hose that isn't attached to the nipple and push it back onto the nipple. Push it right down, and that is what I've done there, is I've reconnected your impulse line. So basically on these saws, they and you got to remove that boot, you won't see it until you pull that boot up. But on these saws, if you get them, pull on them too hard, get them stuck in a cut, drop them, crush them, which sounds all far-fetched and crazy. That one's on a helical, I've just got to locate it. There we go. If these saws are dropped, crushed obviously, pulled apart, pulled around, there's a lot of stretch in the AVs on these. If you get it stuck in a cut and yank on it, you can pull the impulse line off. Another indicator onto that could be the problem when your Husqvarna T540 runs like crap, is because this back AV string might be stretched. That's a good indicator it's been yanked on, dropped out of a tree or crushed. Now, obviously it's a warm start because I just started it to show you, but and that's how you fix a Husqvarna T540 that's running weird. Of course there's a lot of other things it could be, but that's a common fault I seem to find on these. People start chasing things. This one, the customer tried to replace the carb but didn't realise you have to do a firmware update that matches the coil and the carb and then the M-tronic system via the Husqvarna service tool, but they didn't have that, and they weren't able to do it. So put the original carb back on, sorted the impulse out, and that's all your problem is, really. Just check these are tight. So that's what your fault is with these, and like I said, what in theory. There we go. I still haven't had a chance yet to update the firmware on it from, obviously it's tuned itself to run with the impulse line being off, even though it still runs like crap. That's the thing with these saws, they'll hide a fault because the auto-tune tries to correct for it, so that's one thing you look out for. But that impulse line, that's fixed this saw. It just needs a good run. It's been sat for 18 months, deemed as scrap. So it'll have a new brake assembly, new side cover, reprogram, and update the auto-tune, and then should be good to go. But that's the issue, is the impulse line pulls off when they get caught in a cut and pulled. I mean, I can sort of show you that. I don't want to pull it off again. But if I put the bar in you can see how much flex is in these. And that's just with like one finger. So if you imagine if you reefed on that in anger trying to pull it out of a cut in a tree, it's quite easy to pull the impulse line off, and that's the common fault with these. So, end of that video, there you go.